When I was real young, this is the way the grown-ups always made their coffee, in a coffee percolator. And it always fascinated me watching that water spurt up to the top of that glass bulb on top. I always wondered, well, how did that work or what was going on in there? I seen the way they put this together, and there was no moving parts in there or anything. It was just, a little platform and a tube and another thing that held the coffee grounds, and I couldn't make any sense of how that thing was working. What was that magic behind that percolating power? And I would just sit there and I'd watch it, waiting for that first spurt to come, and then I would just sit there and I'd watch it some more, wondering how that thing worked. There we got it percolating along pretty good right now. We'll take it off the heat here for a minute. It's going a little bit. I'm going to plug up this spout a little bit so we don't lose some heat. That's just some aluminum foil. And then I'll put set this on there. That seems to be about right. And then we'll set it back on the heat. It'll take a little while to heat up that tube, extender tube on there. Getting closer. Couple drips. That was just an old cookie tin I got there. They're getting little spurts coming out. A little bit more. We're starting to get some action there. Pretty cool. That was just a little blower fan I had in my junk parts. Spitting out water and a little bit of steam. Usually you don't see something like this in the kitchen, but it's fun. I guess I can erase my rocket boiler stove diagram now. I'll try to explain this percolator power a little bit. What's actually happening is it's like a steam-powered pump. See, this is our tube, and we have a water level across here. And what's happening, the fire is heating up the water down here and it's starting to boil and push it up. And this is kind of just like an airlift pump. Like if you had air and you started pumping it up here, it'd spurt the water out the top. In this case, though, we're just using steam. A little pocket of steam will form down here and kind of make a seal around the tube, and it'll push the water up and out the top. Somewhere along the line here, it might condense until this pipe gets warmed up, but once this tube gets warmed up, that steam will carry that water all the way out to the top. And that steam will come out to the top too usually. Or it might condense down like in here and just spurt the water out. And then another pocket of steam will build up again and it'll start pushing the next bunch of water out. So it kind of has like a rhythm to it. But the water has to be, up here so it's boiling below the water level. And we don't want it going up over here. And this is how an invention can start. You notice a reaction to something, and you just kind of observe it, and you study on it, and see if you can understand, what exactly is happening, and then how you could add to it to make something that works. Well, this is probably like a novelty, but this is about as simple as a steam engine as you can get. This is a steam engine that's using steam to pump water to push a little water wheel around. And that's just a fan blower blade that I had. It's just an assortment of different kinds of plumbing fittings that I stuck together. But this percolator is pumping that water up about 6 inches in this setup here. So this is probably just a novelty, but it can be fun. And then you can just kind of think more on it and see what you can do with it. And if you just studied on this simple principle of how a percolator works, you may be able to come up with your own idea how steam could be developed to push out more water with more force and push a bigger water wheel around. I mean, that might be possible, and it might get to a point where it could work pretty good to actually use for something. But, right now, this is just a novelty. It's fun. It's like a toy. So I just wanted to share this with you and help you do some more experimenting yourselves. And thank you for watching.